Well, this has been a long 5 years for the West Coast Eagles. Since their last finals appearance in 2020, according since their last finals appearance in 2020, according to Fox Footy, West Coast, they'll be probably having to wait till, well, probably next decade to be in the AFL Premiership window. This is when their window will likely open. Hey, Shannon, just to let you know, well, Finn McRae might be coming to the Eagles very soon, but in this rebuild, I might actually not just bring him over to West Coast, might also bring his best mate, Reece McInnes, from Collingwood. As he can be able to play defence too for West Coast. Free agency period's officially open. Well, in real life, we didn't really get anyone in the free agency period except for Brandon Starcevich in the trade from Brisbane. It might have to be time to, well, free agency's officially open. Well, although Calamarche will be a very good signing for the West Coast Eagles in 2026, but bad news, West Coast fans. He's pretty much going to Adelaide next year. So we'll probably not bother getting Archie. At least I might get some of his teammates though. One of his teammates though. Well, the trade period has officially opened. Well, I've just been playing AFL 26 in this one. Well, Calamarche ended up finding his new home, which is very unrealistic. He went to Collingwood. That's very unrealistic. Let's see who's left the West Coast. Well, Callum Jamison, Tom Sheed, and Locke Rawlinson are no longer at the club. Let's create a new trade. Let's do a deal with Brisbane. Well, remember, West Coast did actually get Brandon Starcevich in real life from the Lions. I reckon we might also have to do a trade with Fremantle. We'll give pick 22. Give up pick 22 just to get, well, pretty much their second and their third. Anyways, before we solve this drama, let's do a deal with the Saints. As we all remember, Liam Ryan went to the Saints in real life. In return, let's actually swap future seconds. As in real life, West Coast gave up the third rounder gave up the third rounder from 2 years down the road to the Saints to to ensure the Liam Ryan trade works. Now, Let's talk to Richmond. Now for let's talk to Collingwood. Hang on a minute. Picks 14 and 15 in return for 23. Offer submitted, and Starcevich is off to Brisbane. I'm at West Coast. How did I forget? This one, let's. Although we'll give Oscar Allen the new contract, but let's actually trade him. Well, hello again, Brisbane. And let's also get a future first and maybe 35. As we're kind of stockpiling ourselves up for the draft as well. Oscar Allen wasn't very happy at West Coast, so we're letting him go. We're letting him go to Brizzy. And one we're also letting go of is Liam Ryan. We also let go of is Liam Ryan. He's off to the Saints. Let's do some more trading. Hello, Richmond. We'll offer you pick 41 so we can get Tyler Young. Get him onto the primary list. And he's on his way to West Coast for 2026. Chesser. Well, goodbye, Campbell Chesser. He's off to the Blues. As we all remembered in 2025, it was a 2024. Looked promising for West Coast, but 2025 it was very difficult. Let's see what 2026 will bring for West Coast. To see if they can make an impact. Hello once again, Brisbane. We'll need Devon Robertson to become an Eagle for the long haul in this rebuild, and it's trade done. Welcome to the Eagles as well, Devin Robertson. For the Bulldogs, we'll try pick, what, 59 of the Dogs for a future fourth. For a future fourth! And we've accepted a trade with the Dogs. We're going to have to delist some uncontracted players. There's a few Eagles who are out of contract. Free agency period is officially closed. With trade period already closing. Why do we send... How's Jeremy McGovern still on the list? The blokes are like, didn't he just retire? Didn't he just retire this year? Well, to solve that glitch, let's do a deal with Port Adelaide. To get more draft picks. And West Coast are happy to oblige. Their 2018 grand final hero, well, although it was unrealistic, him going to the power in the game, but he's off to the retirement home, like in real life. This is going to be a long haul for West Coast. Trade period's closed. We're going to have to wait for Finn see. Oh my God, what have I done? How did I sim past the freaking last few days of a trade period? Well, pre-list lodgement deadline is happening. Let's delist. How am I such a fucking idiot? I left it up to list management just to get rid of just to keep Jayden Hunt. Didn't he just retire? Well, anyways, let's try. Anyways, let's try this again. Jeez, we only got 3 picks in the draft. Let's retry this. See if I do it correctly this time. Sorry about that, everyone. Andrew McQualls is not in to win premiership straight away. He's building a project at the West Coast Eagles. He's building something special. It's like a project that he's building at West Coast called Project Get Back to Success. We didn't get anyone in the mid-season draft. But in real life, we got Tom McCarthy and Jacob Newton in the mid-year draft. Got to give Chesser a new contract so I can still trade into Carlton. Certainly, Bazzo's got really low potential in this game. Let's give Newton another contract. Done. That's all sorted as well. L, 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 L. How did they be Port? And they still finished bottom. Just like in real life, they actually came back. They were in front at one stage against Sydney. Only to lose from there. Management. Yes. Anyways, we are back. And still rebuilding the West Coast Eagles. The thing that really screwed them was, well, missing out on the 2018 and 19 trade AFL drafts. And also 2020, because they done it because that 2017 trade they did with the Gold Coast Suns. Oscar Allen. Picks. That's it. That's the first trade accepted, which is a pick swap with the Dockers. He's still there. Let's give Cripps one last year of his give him a 1 year deal. No, he wants 2 more years. Let's swap future seconds with the Saints. So Liam Ryan could become a Saint. Pick 38 for Tyler Young. That should be able to get the deal done. Should be able to get the deal done with the Lions. Carlton. Third round pick for Chesser. Accepted. Let's go to Port. Deal's been accepted with the Power. There's still his 35 players. Still under contract at the Eagles. Jaden Hunt and a few future picks. Future 3 and 4. And also 76. Hang on a minute. Don't include a current pick. Negotiating a contract with Fed McRae. And also Reef McInnes. Bring them both to the West Coast Eagles. That is another trade accepted. Just a pick swap with Evan Robertson. Accepted. Let's go to the Dogs. Let's give them a couple of picks so we can get a future fourth. Back from the Western Bulldogs. Pretty much got 11 picks in the draft. Might have to cut them back to maybe like 7 or something. Free agency period is officially closed. We got McRae and McInnes. As all uncontracted players have been delisted. First pick in the draft. As we all know in real life, West Coast, they're probably looking set to draft Willem Dersma with the first pick. What position is Dersma? Like the youngest Dersma, Willem. He's more like a utility. Draft. Anyone good with high potential? Well, I reckon Hugo Gordon might be the play for the West Coast Eagles at number 1. Key forward. Well, I think we already got a key forward in the last draft in Job Shanahan, and also 2 drafts ago in Archer Reed. Who will the Eagles take? We've got Barker. Next pick. We got number 32. Let's go Harry Heppenstall. Well, Vitamin Cooper Duff Tyler in real life. Well, we didn't even have a pick in the rookie draft this time around because so all the guys were on the rookie list. She's still on the list. There are some Guernsey numbers available for West Coast. We got 1, 4, 5, 12, 20, 21, 36, 39, 40. Let me know in the comments in this chat on which number should I get to the New Eagles. One, 4, 5, 12, 20, 21, 36, 39, 40. I think I'm with one of Job Shanahan or Jack Williams or Archer Reid. Should I keep them in their current numbers at West Coast, or should I move them to number 4? Which that was once worn by Peter Sumich. I'm going to check the stats, see who was West Coast. Who's West Coast best goal kicker last season? He was actually... Well, it was actually Jack... I think it was... It's actually Jack Williams. He kicked 16 goals last season. So, he gets the number 4 Guernsey for West Coast, gets an upgrade. He gets an upgraded number. Malachi Champion. I'm going to have to move into number 1, because that was Liam Ryan's old number. Brocky! Sandy Brock's also getting a number upgrade. He's going to wear 20 next year for West Coast. Previously worn by club legends Dean Cox and Jeremy McGovern. It's a bit of a tough decision with which new Eagles are going to wear the numbers for 2026. From the Eagles. Well, we might get 37 to Starcevich. He wore that number throughout his whole career at Brisbane. Hutchinson. Might give him number 12. Give it time to get the Muscarallen's old number. Tom McCarthy. McCarthy, probably give him 21. Cradle 30. 18. We'll give 5 to Devon. We'll drop these, might have to earn their stripes wearing higher numbers. You know, Bo Allen can get 12 instead. We'll give 26 to McInnes. 45 to Tyler Young. Hutchinson will probably keep 44. And that is the official new West Coast lineup for 2026. We'll skip past the other women's. Let's see the Eagles can avoid a losing streak in 2026. We'll upgrade the medical facilities for about $1 million. We'll give Malachi champion one more season. Elijah Hewitt's re-signed, so is Ali Reid. He's got to get back to his 2024 best. I'll say that. Got to promote Marek to the senior list. Matt Flynn will probably just let him walk. Clay Hall's accepted a new contract with the Eagles. Going Harry Barnett, show no much. We'll probably just let him go. Luca Grego, keep him around. Bailey Williams, they'll be there. Let's give Shanahan a new deal. We got 35 players under on new contracts. Wood Starcevich on kickouts, along with McInnes. We'll drop Harry Edwards. We'll probably trade him at the end of the season. Ray Harvey Johnson. Like the last time we played Tim Kelly on the team. We'll play Brockman instead of him. What about McCarthy? Well, knew Tom McCarthy showed a lot of promise in this West Coast team. Let's give him a run. This is a slow process at West Coast. They're meant to be back in the window by 2030. And they got granted AFL assistance in real life. no Harley Reid means we'll probably have to play Jack Hutchinson. Gregor. Egregio. How did we do it? How did we do it? We managed to get up in an upset against the Power. Next up, we got the Dockers in the Western Derby. And they're going to be without Tyler Young, so we'll have to play Harry Edwards. Well, let's give Gordon a run. The new pick, the new boy. And it didn't do us any wonders. Got to keep trusting our youngsters. We will build a premiership team around Harley Reid. Play Hall back in the team. Williams. Time to give Williams an opportunity once again. That's Jack Williams. It's going to be a long 5 years ahead at West Coast. If you did the West Coast rebuild differently, which year should I bring the superstars to West Coast? Next up, we got Melbourne. Lane Graham. Let's give Duggan an opportunity. West Coast fans are still waiting for Harley Reid to come back. We lost to Melbourne. Again. Next up, we got the Giants. Oh, Gordon's gone up to 72. He was showing a lot of progress for us. And he's out injured. Oh. Well, that's expected for debutants. And we got Harvey Johnston back in the team, and we just beat the Giants to get our second win of 2026. Next up, we got Essendon. Well, good news, Eagles fans. Well, you got your Harley back, Harley Reid. We'll drop Tim Kelly. We'll probably trade him next season, I'd say. Well, we nearly got it done in Melbourne. We lost by just a kick against Essendon. We're showing a bit of progress here at West Coast. How did we get a home game in Anzac round? Any good defenders around there? Well, sadly, we got no Brocky. He's injured. We'll play Brady Howe down back. Gordon comes in for Grego. Yeah. We'll play Grego on the back. We'll give him a bit of more increased minutes. Barker. Well, let's give him a chance to see how good he can be. We lost to the Cats. Oh no. Tom McCarthy's injured as well. He was one of our best mid-season draftees last season. Let's play the other mid-season draftee, Newton. So champion gets an opportunity. We'll play Barnett in the ruck. CV can be valuable for this new contract. Well, we've so far played 33 players. And yet we've just got humiliated. We just got humiliated by a former Eagle, Liam Ryan. Johnston's in. Edwards. Hewitt's been recalled. Williams is back as well. Give Hampton stole a run. We nearly got it done against Brisbane. McInnes has been McRae's been a revelation since leaving Collingwood. simulate through the next game, which we got the dub against Collingwood. We get ourselves a mid-season draft pick. Another rock is what we need. We'll draft Odin Jones. Give him 40. L. Well, we'll be taking a few L's. Well, we were skipping through the boring stuff. Well, we again finished bottom. Fan satisfaction really has gone down to 40%. Still got 35 players under contract. Here we are, trade period's officially open. Next team to deal with. Let's do a deal with the Lions. Then Elliot Yeo. Send 4 of our old premiership players away just to get a couple of future picks down the line, and, well, time to transition into the new era. We'll give Jack Williams a new contract as well. That is also sorted. Pick 4. Well, it seems West Coast have just scammed Geelong. That's payback for Geelong scamming the Eagles all those years ago. For when we lost all our picks to get Tim Kelly. This time they lose all their picks to get Tim. For us to lose Tim Kelly, we just sent him back to Geelong. As we look to do whatever we can to get Chad Warner to come to West Coast very soon. And by doing that, we managed to trade for Corey Warner from the Sydney Swans. That could convince his brother Chad to come to West Coast in 2028. While doing the 2026 off-season, I got West Coast trading for Warner from the Swans. Okay. Not Chad, the one who's really good. But his little brother. And that could convince Chad about the project in a few years. Or maybe this could be the one year that Corey could be able to get out of Chad's show. And kind of legend in his own right, West Coast. We'll be able to give Chad Warner number one for West Coast. But first, I'm going to have to trade Malachi Champion. Well, to the Swans. Champion, Hutchinson. This is a bit of a... Well, this is looking like a huge clean-out. Flynn. Well, Barzo, Barnett, Jones, and Flynn are all no longer at West Coast. Well, we're basically clearing out all the deadwood. This is a bit of a clearance sale going on at West Coast. I don't think Malachi Champion played last season, and he played like he didn't really deserve the number one Guernsey that Liam Ryan once had. Let's also say see you later, Matty Owies. See you later, Matty Owies. You've made West Coast a lot worse. West Coast are officially cutting ties with them and a future third. Just to get Chad Warner and Logan McDonald to come to West Coast. Well, we might give Logan McDonald probably give Logan McDonald number 6. Or if not, we might give him number 4 at West Coast. As the Warner brothers are now Eagles. Jeez, that's 2 huge losses for Sydney. As we've legit have to just we're pulling off a few heists or a few trade heists or something. Who do we take for Falls? Who can we take for Falls this off season? Well, let's trick Essendon. Give him Harry Edwards for picks 29 and 30. Bada bing. Deal's done. Well, goodbye, Harry Edwards. Best of luck at Essendon next. Best of luck at Essendon. We'll be promoting Sandy Brock. He's got a lot of potential. Let's promote him to the senior list. He's no longer a rookie. West Coast are making a few changes in this trade period to become a very good team once again. What do we do about Brockman? Well, it's probably worth keeping him on. Might as well keep him on for 3 more years. Uh, well, Hamish Davis, he must have very low potential. We'll send him off to Hawthorn. The picks 16 and 17. How many picks is that now in the draft? Well, we've pretty much got 9. We've pretty much got a very good, very strong draft, and it's taking us a while to rebuild. Who's been delisted from the club? Well, we don't have any more uncontracted players being in the team anymore. How did the Crows delist Max Michelini? That's a bit of a stupid move. First pick in the draft. West Coast are going with Nate McCain. Second pick. Get a midfielder. So they're going with Rob Smith. Who does West Coast need now at number 4? They need to go for a ruck. Giovanni Morrison might be the play. Next pick, we'll go with a defender. We got Gale Hansen. Got key defenders, midfielders, rucks. Next pick. Let's get ourselves a key forward. Then hang on a minute, we've already stocked. We've already stockpiled our key forwards, ready for the future. So we'll go with Easton Cleaver. Next pick. Let's go with a utility. So we'll be drafting Calvin Taylor. Next pick, let's go the normal forward. Let's go the forward. So we're drafting Josh Hudson. And now we got the rookie draft. We got 2 picks. First pick. So we're going to be giving Paddy Parnell another chance at AFL level in the rookie draft. Who do we get as a rookie draft key forward? We're going with Hunter Ferguson. All right, let's go to the Guernsey numbers. So we are giving number 1 to Chad Warner. Logan McDonald to get 6 for the Eagles. Warner to get 11. Cleaver gets the 14 Guernsey. Smith gets 15. Morrison to wear 16. Kane wears to get 25. Henson 28. Hudson 30. Taylor 33. Let's give the higher numbers to Ferguson and Parnell, the ones we got in the rookie draft. Thing we'll have to do now is we're going to have to rely on growth. That could get us there. We're heading to the 2020 start of the 2027 season. Oh no, another injury to Sandy Brock. We're going to be screwed at the start of the season once again. Give Cleaver a run. Smith. Horace. Morrison. And let's give Chad Warner the captaincy at West Coast. Mike Williams, the backup rock. That's Jack Williams. Well, good start for the Eagles. Well, it seems it looks like Logan McDonald might actually make an impact here at West Coast. First round, we got North Melbourne. Sandy Brock's finally back from injury. This one. Rock. Rock's in. Well, West Coast got a win over North Melbourne. To add to growth, let's sort out some new contracts to build the next West Coast Eagles premiership team. Easton Cleaver. Seems this bloke might be a Clay Smith regen. Rob Smith's also accepting a new contract. Same with Giovanni Morrison. Gordon. Barker. Hempenstall. Next up, we got the Saints. Let's give Gordon a run. See what he can do. Again. Taylor will also get a run. We lost by 62 points. Oh, yeah, that's what happens in first years. Injuries happen. Jack Graham's back in the side, so is McCarthy. Lost by 33 against Fremantle. In round effort in the third match. Well, there's good news. Finn McRae's back from injury. His career really has turned around since he left Collingwood. To join the West Coast Eagles. 39-point winners over GWS. West Coast are looking a lot better starting to look a lot better in season 2027. Genby's out injured, so we'll have to play Cleaver. Maybe Hanson. That decision really had backfired. As Hawthorn kicked 14 goals in the final quarter against the Eagles. We got Port Adelaide on gather round. Hole's back in the side. So is Paddy Parnell. Well, didn't improve much either against Port Adelaide. The return of Starcevic did actually help us only lose by 31 points. It's good news. We got Jimmy back. Jimmy's back. Waterman's back in the side for West Coast. Bag kicking didn't do us a favour against the Bombers. Ross comes in. We lost. Again. Well, we'll have to play Williams once again. At least we get Tyler Young back in the side. But it wasn't good enough against the Dockers. Mid-season draft coming up. We're going with Daniel Turner. We're also getting Lockie Murphy in what is a weird move. We lost against Brisbane. I think it was that Hawthorn game. It probably caused our form to drop. Shanahan's injury. Has once again opened up space. Well, even though we lost by 38 points against Port, at least it's progress. Well, our first half of the year hasn't been really good. Back on the winners list we go. And that also relegated GWS to the bottom of the ladder. Harley Reid once again, captain. Another big win for West Coast. That's back-to-back. That's back-to-back now for us. Next up, we got the Gold Coast Suns. McCarthy's once again out injured. He hasn't had a good run for us. We'll get the Warners back in. Well, we lost on the Gold Coast, but the final margin was only 19 points. We got the Crows next. West Coast haven't beaten Adelaide since like 2021. It's been a while since West Coast beat the Crows. Gordon's really tired. We'll play Lockie Murphy for this one. That's what happens when we're being too careful. Too careful. Early guilty plea for one of our players. That was Ginby. Well, would you look at that?
Tried every attack.
West Coast are not better than that anymore. And we finished 17th. This really is a brutal window. This really is a brutal rebuild. Jesus Christ. And this is the thing we're going to have to rely on next season is maybe personal growth. We're going to have to continue growing this team. Well, at least there is progress in Eagle winning the Rising Star. It's Smith. Trade period's officially open. Honestly, I don't even know what to do right now with this. Let's give McCain a new contract, as we're going to need him for the next few years. Whose time is up right now at West Coast? Now we're in the trade period. Well, it seems Tom McCarthy really wasn't interested in our long-term project, neither was Jacob Newton. Who else do we send? Packing from the club. Maybe Brady Howe. Now we scanned Carlton enough. Let's talk to the Tigers. Howe. Marich. Newton and McCarthy off to the Tigers in return for pick 75. Nick Watson. I remember him. He was actually good mates. He was good mates with Harley Reid. We'll send Noah on the Hawthorn along with picks 32, 38 in the future first, just to secure the whiz. Next team to deal with is the Crows. We could give Dan Curtin a potential coming home back to Perth, which could be able to give us a bit of a shorter window to win the premiership over at West Coast. I reckon Dan Curtin might be one of the perfect young lads for this project, North Melbourne. This is just a straight swap. Archer Reid to the Kangaroos for Harley Reid's brother-in-law, Zane Dersma. Tyler Young, he was pretty decent over at West Coast for a few years. So we can bring Will Power back to Perth. And maybe Mac Andrew. That would be a huge upgrade for West Coast. Maybe a future second. We're going to need this Eagles team to continue growing. Free agency period's officially closed. No, Western Bulldogs are not going to get rid of their one of the sons of the West in Riley West. So we can be just so we can lose the McBrothers. Gives us 2 picks in the draft. Who do we get with pick 2? So we're going with Carlos Cooper. Pick 47's our next pick. Ryman Watkins, our next pick. Rookie draft. How do we go for Eddie? Surely Lawson Humphreys is still available. You know what? Let's get him. We got Lawson Humphreys in the rookie draft as well. This looks like a new look West Coast team. Well, maybe with these new recruits, we could see some upgrades. Now we're going to have to maintain a top 10 position as our next objective. That upgrades the turf. Been a few upgrades around this club. Let's look at the ratings now for these youngsters that we drafted. Well, still waiting for, well, Cleaver's only 64 rated still. Smith's gone up to 74. Kane's gone up to 77. Would really be a great help for the Eagles. Seems our medical rooms are now upgraded to 3 stars. Well, the growth is pretty much there already at West Coast. Well, we came so close. We got the Bulldogs in round 1 for 2028. Let's see some more growth from these players. Heartbreak. We lost to the Dogs by a point in round one. Well, at least we're getting closer to, well, being out of the bottom six. This could be the kind of result that could get West Coast out of the bottom six. Well, we've lost another close one against Brisbane. They only got it done by just 6 points. Sadly, Starcevic has got a bit of a concussion history. We're a bit unsure whether he'll be part of our long-term project, so we'll start playing Parnell a bit more. Well, we went back to losing by like a lot. 64 points against Freo. This is like how Brisbane basically progressed through in 2018. They've lost a lot of close games that year. It grew them as a team. They became really good after that. West Coast have won in Melbourne. They beat the Kangaroos by 31 points. We got the Swans on gather round. Well, can we give two of our their former players a win against their old club? Juar's back in the team. Watkin. Final margin was 9 points. Cooper. Lost by 30 points. As this West Coast team, it's showing flashes of Brisbane from 2018. It only went down by like, what, 29 against Geelong. Let's simulate the next few weeks. Lost to Power, Collingwood, and lost to Carlton. We're still in 17th. So we redraft Daniel Turner. Didn't we just pick him in the last mid-season draft or something? Change the recovery. extended recovery period. That gave us a 55-point win over GWS. Hudson's out injured. So we'll give Johnston an opportunity. Well, West Coast are back to winning by a lot. 50 possessions from Harley. Harley Reid's having what his best game I've ever seen. "26 points over Essendon. Again. Well, that's 3 wins in a row. That's like what? How many wins in a row then now? Well, that's 3 wins in a row now for West Coast. All this progress they've been showing. Next up, we got Melbourne. Well, although we lost, but we only go down by just 8 points. Smith's back in the side. We'll play Shanahan for this one. First time in like what feels like 14 years now that West Coast have won in the Gold Cup. Have beaten the Suns up in the Gold Coast. We're like what 5 seasons in the career mode already. Like what 3 seasons into this rebuild already. West Coast managed to lose by just 2 goals against Hawthorn. And we came so close to winning in Sydney for the first time since 1999 against the Swans. Lose, L, L, L. Well, we once again finished 17th, but this time we got a better percentage. This time around we got a really good percentage. Oh no, Starcevich is only getting worse with his overall because of his amount of concussions he's had over the years. It's probably time to retire. Probably time to retire him, I reckon. His overall's only getting worse. He did help us in the early seasons. Made some progress. Logan McDonald makes the All-Australian team. Trade period has officially opened. Then again, guys, we've got to give McRae a contract extension. He's been a revelation since he joined us from Collingwood. McInnes. He's re-signed. McCain. New contract. Barker's also got a new contract. Juar's finally on the senior list. Hetson. Well, it seems Darcy Cameron is now an Eagle for season 2029. Fender. Swapping future seconds, 315 to get Heath Chapman to join the Eagles. As we have got Darcy Cameron in the free agency period to give us a bit of help in the ruck. Liam Baker, Jack Graham. Tyler Brockman, and I think pick 40. So we basically scanned Fremantle. We got Heath Chapman off of them, and we gave them some of our bad players. We gave them some of our Richmond ex-Tigers. Last on the West Coast Eagles. We're in the finals. Was 2020. So check out the midfielder market in free agency to see who we're going to get.
In here? No?
Yep.
Yep. Just barking, looking for it. Thanks, looking.
Well, can't be able to. Jeremy Cameron could be able to give us one, at least like a year or two to help us out for 2029 and maybe 2030 before his career comes to an end. He helped Geelong with a premiership in 2022. To add a bit of Geelong experience, he also had Max Hobbs. Jeremy Cameron, he's still in his prime. He's still 93 rated, even though he's in his, 18th season? We're giving away 15 and 34 for Max Holmes, and we got Jeremy Cameron as a free agent. That is another huge get for the West Coast Eagles. These might be the sort of picks would definitely help him out. Well, Sorry, Clay Hall. Free period's closing. It's closed. Now, next pick is number 3. The Eagles will take Everett Chapman. He's going to have a great mentor in Jeremy Cameron. Pick 24. West Coast, they're going to go for another forward. Another small forward, so we're getting Owen Shepherd. Pick 42, we got Louis Blackwell. His father was Luke Blackwell, and his grandfather was Wayne Blackwell. His dad, Luke, didn't play much for Carlton. His grandfather, Wayne, played a lot for Carlton. And we also got Caleb Staplefield. We got Stanfield. We got Jet Joseph. No, he is basically the nephew of Aaron Joseph. You know, the one who used to play for Carlton all those years ago. So we'll move Devon Robertson to 3 so we can give Jeremy Cameron the number 5 Guernsey. Darcy Cameron to get 17. Max Holmes to get 10. Chapman to get 12. Now, let's head to 2029. Start of the new decade. Almost the start of a new decade. The whole 2020s was an absolute nightmare for West Coast. This whole 2020s decade has been an absolute nightmare for West Coast. We'd like to forget about this horrendous decade that we had. And hope for a much better 2030s. Well, that lineup's almost looking pretty much settled. It's pretty much looking like our strongest lineup in a while. This is looking like the strongest West Coast lineup we've seen in years. Are we pretty much back? Round 1 we got Hawthorn. 9-point winners. Well, we're in the top 8 finally. It's taken us a while. How good does it feel to be back in the 8, Eagles fans? And it's gone. And Nick Watson's out from an ACL. This really is a brutal off-season for the Eagles. Really was a brutal challenge. .56 winners over Gold Coast. Not again! What's Jimby keep getting injured? He was finally doing really good. Poor bugger keeps getting injured. Another win by West Coast, this time against the Saints. I think this Jeremy Cameron trade might be... I reckon Jeremy Cameron at West Coast is beginning to pay off. Next up, we got Adelaide. Oh dear, no Cameron means we'll have to go back to Shanahan. Repeat last week's session. Good news, we got Darcy Cameron back in the side. Wasn't enough to beat GWS. Win. L. We're in 11th right now after round 9. That win over Western Bulldogs. It's given West Coast 10th spot. Mid-season rookie draft. I think we'll get Starcevich. He's 58 rated now. He's probably playing country footy somewhere. Man, well, we do get Caden Coleman. And we got Toby McMullen. McMullen. Then huge win at Adelaide Oval, 75 points against the Power. Cooper comes in. We lose by 59 against Essendon. Oh, they got Paddy Voss back at the club. At least we wouldn't have to deal with him in Western derbies. Sandy Brock's back in the lineup. Reece McInnes. Heath Chapman. Also back in. Hang on a bit. We'll probably recall Smith. West Coast got a win over the Swans. Now we're in the round 14. Next round we got Carlton. That injury to Jeremy Cameron's basically opened up space for Shanahan. And that's another huge win for West Coast. Well, that actually gets us in the top 8. West Coast Eagles are the Look at that, the Eagles are pretty much back. They're pretty much a top 8 side. Looks like we're pretty much a top 8 side again. .32 winners over the Suns. Jarcy Cameron's injury. Well, it's opened up space for young Giovanni Morrison. Gordon's in. West Coast win by 7 points against the Crows. Well, no other choice. We may as well play McKnight in the ruck. Max Holmes is back in, so is Elijah Hewitt. Chapman's in. How many wins in a row is that now for West Coast? I think that's like what? Let me check the calendar. We haven't lost since June. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 in a row we won now. And in the top 4. Oh, look at that. West Coast. I think their rise back to the top 4 is actually looking similar to Brisbane's rise back to the top 4 all those years ago. We lost by 78 points against Collingwood. Not good enough. Oh dear, Harvey Johnston's out injured as well. He's been he's a very good underrated player on this West Coast team. We got belted by Richmond. We're in 7th. Still good. How much more do we need? How much more do we need to do to get in the finals? Well, beating Hawthorn's the start. Good news for West Coast supporters. Your team are pretty much back at the finals. Almost. It's a 66-point win over Brisbane. Next up, we got Geelong. No, McInnes is injured, so we'll play McCain in the back line and fall back. Barker comes in. Well, we got the job done. Look at that, West Coast Eagles, 14-8. September tickets are pretty much sealed. This is the first time since 2020 the West Coast Eagles are going to play in September. Remember in 2019, Brisbane were ousted in straight sets after they got back in the finals. 2025, same thing happened to the Crows. When they return to the finals after all those years, let's see if the West Coast Eagles will learn their lesson. We'll learn from Adelaide's mistake and Brisbane's mistake. 57-point win. West Coast will finish 6th on the AFL ladder. And would you look at that? We're not in the bottom 6 anymore. We're gonna play September. Eagles fans are lining up for finals, queuing up for finals tickets. Well, this is a feeling I haven't had in years. They are queuing up for tickets to see their boys in September. Corey Warner's again out injured. He's got Toby McMullen for the finals. And we got Harvey Johnston for the finals. We won by 71 points against the Dockers. Enough. That's our first finals win in 10 years. Eagles up. Look at that. Eagles have won a final. Semi-final, we got Collingwood. Can we knock them out? Is it time to knock West Coast? Knock out Collingwood. And they land the knockout blow on Collingwood's finals hopes. Which they do. Finlay Macrae has got revenge, got his personal revenge on his former team after they kicked him out. What a feel-good story that was for Finlay Macrae. Nearly 10 years after he was drafted by Collingwood. He goes to West Coast, helps them make the finals, sends them to the prelim after kicking his old team out. Now, West Coast have got a Friday night prelim against the team has already established themselves as a perennial September force, the Adelaide Crows. The Crows have been a finals team for a very long time at this point. And West Coast Premiership window shorter than expected. Well, let's cut the quarters back down to 5 minutes, as we're in the grand final. And who are we versing on grand final day? Well, we got North Melbourne. Well, the Kangaroos are a bit of a pretty good rebuild themselves. We got our captain Harley Reid back for the granny. Chad Warner's up. We also got Chad Warner back for the granny. And we got Captain Harley Reid. We got Captain Harley Reid back for the grand final. Shame we couldn't get Nick Watson playing for the GF. You know what? Let's give Jake. Well, sucks we're not going to give Jake Waterman a run. He's been at the club since 20. He missed out on the 2018 Premiership team against North Melbourne. Let's see. Hopefully, he'll be there to watch the boys in the 2029 grand final. Geez, the Kangaroos managed to get Jed Walter. Here you go, Box Shaw. Nick Larkey. Still there. Taylor. Sam Butler. How did the Kangaroos manage to get these guys? Hang on a minute, I forgot to go play. Accidentally press play game. No, let's go spectate game. After 11 years in the making, after 5 years after years in the bottom four, in the bottom three, West Coast are in the grand final in 2029. We'll hand you over to Hutto and the crew.
Good afternoon, one and all. I'm Anthony Hudson. It's great to have you with us at the MCG. This is the Toyota AFL Grand Final between West Coast and North Melbourne. This is the day when dreams come true, when hearts are broken, when reputations are enhanced or diminished. For some, it will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The players are ready to charge onto the ground. I'm joined by Daniel Harford. Great to have you along, Harf. How do you see this one unfolding?
Thanks, Hutto. I've tipped the Roos. Not the popular pick, but I just think they're a bit more settled and well placed to counter the opposition's strengths. I could see this one going down to the final minutes.
Okay then, thanks, Harf. The two captains are in the middle. Time for the coin toss. The players motivate themselves throughout the pre-season with thoughts of being in this exact position. And now they've got to find the will within to take the final step to glory. The pinnacle of the football calendar is finally underway. Sherry with a deft tap. McRae. The umpire whistles for a ball up. Morrison, the winner there. Smith. Scott gets in the way. Can he find a teammate? Phillips. That's not going to be a goal. Hall got a fist in. McGuinness. Gota gets to it first. Almost threw it out. Bangs it through.
Some great work there to create the easiest of goals.
The first goal didn't take long. Sherry wins it down. Reed. Quality delivery by Foot. Tidy ball. Cameron. They've worked it well. Can he finish it off?
This is what he gets paid to do, kick these goals.
You can draw them level if he's accurate. Oh, into the woodwork it goes. And the margin is 5.
They might not get many opportunities as good as that one today.
Simpkin with the footy. The kick is precise. Probing ball. Wardlaw has found some space. Ford can keep it moving. And they're away. The Roos are out of trouble. Doesn't often waste it. He's hit up the lead. Wardlaw. Who's front and centre? McKercher. A bit of a panicked handball. Stevens. That's not going to work. Brock wins the contest and can relieve the pressure. Holmes all on his own. He's made a hot start to this match. McDonald makes position. Ball spills free in the tackle. Larkey commands the footy.
He's batting at 100% so far.
For 2 in a row, what's he done with it? He's hit the post.
He should have doubled his money there after his earlier goal.
Looking for a quick transition. Hall with a chance to run. Good kick. Andrew working hard and presenting well. Dewar in the clear. What's he got on offer? Normally delivers. Phillips leading from the front. Uses the non-preferred. Away he goes. He's made a bright start. Stevens throws it on the boot. Andrew doing what he does best. Sherry, that was almost handed to him. It's been a lacklustre affair so far. Morrison got his palm to it. Smith, they've put themselves under pressure. Honours the lead.
They've hit the ground running, and a goal here will give them a handy break.
It's a thumping kick, but it's off target, a minor score.
I think he was committed to taking a shot before he even received the footy.
Trying to catch them out. Good thinking and good execution too. Can they get it forward this time? Careful ball movement. Dewar on a lead. Robertson in the right spot. Complete commitment. And we'll have a throw in.
Opportunity to score here with a clean takeaway.
Dersma showing his skills. Smith, it's a hot footy. That was a brilliant tackle. Oh, they're hitting in hard. Sherry wins it. McKercher gets his kick despite the heat. Butler leading by example. Dangerous place to lose it. Sherry. Gordon farms it out. Robertson. McGuinness. It's labour intensive at the moment. Reed. That one was always his. Delivers to centre half forward. McMullen got to the right position and hung on. Johnston.
Poor defence leaving him on his own, and now you'd imagine he'll make them pay.
That's offline. Didn't really give it a chance.
Missed one he should have got and let him off the hook.
Simpkin heads wide with the kick in. Walter works hard to present. They're moving the footy well here. Wardlaw presents in space. Scott. What's he got on offer? He's generally a good kick. Dersma picks off the pass. Smith, dangerous to leave on his own. And that's a letdown. Kicks to centre wing. Scott. Great play. Wardlaw has got off the chain.
This to make a good start, a very good one.
Goes Goldwood, and he's off target.
They dodged a bullet there. They might not be so lucky next time.
Looking for a quick transition. Dewar marks in the back pocket. Robertson with a chance to relieve the pressure. Gordon pushes into space and receives the footy. Lowers the eyes. Dewar, that's good work rate. Gordon. Robertson had his name written all over it. Clever kick. They could be vulnerable here. They're on point so far. Walsh in the clear on centre wing. They've got time to put the kettle on. Brock clears the area. Anyone's ball. Scott goes for home. He doesn't miss many, and that is no exception.
So important to get reward for effort. On that occasion, the finish matched the quality of the work upfield.
The Roos have started brightly with the first two. Sherry gets his hand to it. Walsh has some attention to deal with. Thumped away. Clean pickup. Had some assistance. Walsh. Stevens. Well done. Great commitment. Scott runs onto it and can drive them into attack. The tackle slips high. Free kick. The Eagles with an opportunity now. Ford is calm in a crisis. The Roos have got out of the blocks well. Their confidence will be high as they head to their huddle. Gary's with us again. What's on your mind, Gaz?
The Eagles have just got to start hitting the scoreboard. They've stood up well defensively, given what they're up against, but they look impotent forward of the ball. A couple of quick goals can turn this around and put a different kind of pressure on the opposition. Scoreboard pressure, which is still the greatest pressure there is in football.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you. The big men fly. Warner, Walsh wins it back, looking to extend this margin. Phillips out of the congestion. McKercher. Curtis, important tackle. He was just about through otherwise. They want ball, but they're not going to get it. Who can get the clearance? Stevens. Sloppy hands and they've turned it over. His field kicking is normally first rate. Stevens. We've seen that before. It's not a fair fight. We will do it all again. Sherry has probably got the points at this stage. Reed, Warner, great anticipation. Hardiman gets the kick away. Sherry charges onto it. McKercher can run and gun. Phillips working hard and being rewarded. Butler is in the clear and marks uncontested.
I reckon someone got caught ball watching then. You've got to be switched on at all times.
Goes at goal, and that is an opportunity gone begging.
They did well to construct that shot at goal, but the inability to convert really let them down.
He's off. Dewar. Well-weighted kick. McRae has charged into space. The Roos have denied them the corridor. Dersma is hard to beat one-on-one. That's a useful ball. Smith. This is good footy. Who's at home? Well played. Looking to get it down there quickly. Warner just about had enough time for a cup of tea. In he goes.
Someone went to sleep defensively, and I suspect the price will be 6 points.
It's a bad miss. Not a great kick.
Whatever their score ends up being today, it'll be at least 5 points short of what it should have been.
Hardiman tasked with the kick in. What can they muster from the back half? Good work rate. Got a little time here. Doesn't often waste it. You can't afford to do that too often. Delivers a long ball. Warner, they've worked it well. Just needs an accurate kick now.
Can he deliver? Yeah, back him more often than not.
They need this, but the moment gets the better of him.
They're right in this match, but they do need to capitalise on those sorts of shots at goal.
Hardiman with the footy. Walter has found some space. Ford. By hand. Walter dishes it off. McRae with a steal. Quick snap, and that's a goal.
It eases the pressure on the forwards when you have midfielders chipping in.
One kick game again. Good ruck work. Here's a chance to get it forward. McKercher. He's kicked it the wrong way. In no man's land. Is anyone home? They must tidy up their kicking. Probing ball. George takes it at centre half-back. The Roos are out of trouble. He's got an option in the centre square. Sherry can keep it moving. George. The kick was centimetre perfect. That's skillful. Wanting to get on with the job. Run down. Great chase.
He tried to do too much, not for the first time.
Sees something he likes. Can he find a teammate? Foot race on the wing. Not wanting to bomb to a contest. The coach will start pulling out hair in a minute. Good disciplined defence. Brock, I felt that one from here. The umpire whistles for a ball up. Sherry palms it down. McKercher. Zerha. Warner gets there first. Goes long. Hardiman went bang. It's a tough game. He's had little impact so far. Which way will it bounce? Cooper thought his way through it. This is good ball movement. Just has to hit a target. Honours the lead. Golden opportunity here.
He couldn't believe his luck finding that much space inside the forward 50.
That's not going to come back. It wasn't his best effort.
Not a gimme goal, but probably should have been kicked nevertheless.
Hardiman heads wide with the kick in. Walter working hard and presenting well. Dersma says thank you very much.
He doesn't miss many, so you wouldn't think this would pose any problems.
He hasn't hit the scoreboard yet. He has now.
He had the opportunity to put them in front. That's exactly what he's done. Lovely finish.
This is a pulsating grand final. Hope you're loving it at home. The big men fly. Warner gets his kick despite the heat. Hardiman making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. Onto the non-preferred. Warner is racking up contested possessions. Who's front and centre? Big ball to be won. Danger averted, frantic defence.
They've got an opportunity here to get the ball down the other end quickly.
Hardiman to bring it back in. Manages to find a teammate. Walsh in the clear. That's well played. He's generally a good kick. McKercher, they are hunting the ball carrier. Didn't take the first option, and he's been penalised.
He's having a word with the umpire, and he may just have a point.
McMullen with an opportunity. Curtin, boot, ball, goal!
The Eagles have turned it around, and it's a different match all of a sudden.
Both sides have had their moments, and we're delicately poised as we near half-time. Dersma with the tap. They have a good understanding, those two. Cooper. Stevens tries to spike it out of the danger zone. Johnston, he's put it through.
They're having a real purple patch and making it count on the scoreboard 4 in a row.
The Eagles with a break now. Sherry with a deft tap. Warner, McRae, good tackle. The Roos are hanging out for the break. Dersma, the winner there. Smith, he's gone. They cannot keep him quiet. Gota got the handball away. McKercher does the crumbing. They could really do with a straight kick. He's up to the task, and he's pulled one back. So a timely goal late in the piece. Sherry showing his skills. Stevens with a chance to send it forward. Butler demanded the footy and got it.
Straight in front, should not miss.
Touch and go, misses.
It's no coincidence that the team that kicks better at goal generally wins the game.
The Roos saw their early lead evaporate in that quarter. Lots of thinking for their brains trust to do. What's happening down there, Gary?
The Eagles aren't all that keen on handballing, and why would they be when you're winning so many contested marks? It's a bit of a rinse and repeat scenario at the moment. Win ball, kick ball, mark ball. It's monotonous but mightily effective, and I think we have to expect it to continue because the opposition just don't seem to have any way of counteracting it. If what you're doing is working, you'd be silly to change it, no matter how bored the rest of us might get.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Gary. Good thinking and good execution too. They're moving the footy well here. Hardiman picking their way through. Stevens all alone in the centre square. Searching kick. Warner wins the contest and can relieve the pressure. Holmes with a chance to run. Can they get something going? Lucky takes an excellent grab. Brock is there to save the day. That's good vision. Smith works hard to present. Normally delivers. He's hit up the lead. Ignoring the corridor for now. George heads them off at the pass. Scott. Here's the vital kick inside the 50. Butler. This is a big opportunity.
He hasn't done a lot today, but he's still done some good things.
It'll take his best. Not looking likely. A behind.
I wonder whether there's a lack of confidence in the big forwards to take a contested grab. Hence the difficult shot seemed like a better option.
He's off. Cooper marks in the back pocket. Holds it up, waiting for an option to present. McGuinness, all on his own. The Roos forcing them out wide. Warner, slick hands. Dewar, hacking it forward. Wasn't a great kick. They've turned it over. Throws it on the boot. Quality delivery by foot. What's he got on offer? Walsh, dangerous to leave on his own. Zerha, they'll go back inside 50 here. That's wasteful. I've liked his game today. Andrew, Gordon, he just keeps racking up disposals. Sherry, spoils. McMullen, gathers in the centre square. McRae, Smith. Johnston takes a beauty.
He better kick the goal after that passage of play.
Critical contest coming up. Sherry marks and the opportunity gets away. Tries a safe ball. Scott has charged into space. Walsh with a chance to relieve the pressure. Walter, that's good work rate. The kick is precise. He's everywhere at the moment. Holmes intercepts. Warner, the Eagles should score here. Walter had the presence of mind to get to the dangerous spot. Tidy ball. Andrew read that one like a book. The defence has fallen down. It's a poor entry. A waste, really. Got a little time here. It's a dreadful mistake.
He doesn't have a lot of shots, so you can understand him wanting to take this one.
He's given it everything. Will it clear the goal line? Taking no chances there.
That's smart play, really. There's no point taking unnecessary risks.
Simpkin to bring it back in. Walter has found some space. Stevens on a lead. Doesn't often waste it. He's normally better than that. Good penetration on the kick. They're well set up behind the ball. Bombing it in won't work. Uses the non-preferred. Can they get it forward this time? Ford working hard and being rewarded. Walter. O'Sullivan takes the short option. They could almost have raffled it. He's leading all comers for disposals. McKercher presents in space. They've opened them up here. Dersma runs onto it. He's been industrious. Foot race on. Who can get there first? McRae. Warner. It's on the way. Good looking kick. He's dogged it.
If they can get up ahead of steam, they'll be hard to stop. That was a terrific passage of play, culminating in a great goal.
They're 3 kicks in front now, but a long way from safety. Morrison with a deft tap. Smith, big tackle laid. The umpire says you had prior opportunity.
It's a bad feeling when you know you've been done cold.
The kick was centimetre perfect. They're moving the footy quickly. Sheasel, Butler. This should be a goal. Big chance. And he does not let them down.
Better ball movement on that occasion allowed them to open up that opportunity in front of goal, and they've got full reward for it.
In the shadows of three-quarter time. Big clearance to win here. McRae, Reed can run with the footy. Warner. Well, I suppose if you're going to turn it over, that's not the worst place. Sherry in the centre square. Can he hit a target? It must be his birthday. Honours the lead. Conservative ball movement, just biding their time. His field kicking is normally first rate. Warner can keep it moving. Simpkin mops that one up. Little one to half back. Warner wins the race. Gets his kick despite the heat. That's poor play. Farms it out. Johnston for a 3-goal game. It's there. They've pinched a break.
Well, he saw the opening and put it away. Makes a real difference if you can consistently take those kinds of opportunities.
How important might that goal turn out to be? The big men fly. Stevens is a clearance beast. Zerha, Larky has it within range.
This would be huge right on three-quarter time.
No trouble there, and they are hanging around like a bad smell.
This is a brilliant game of footy. It almost makes me wish I was out there again.
Three-quarter time and still anyone's game. Time for the coaches to see if they can will their charges over the line. Gary's back. What's caught your eye, Gaz?
A grand final in the balance at three-quarter time. Exactly what we hoped for. We analyse statistics and game plans a great deal, of course, but to some extent that goes out the window now because it really becomes about finding one last huge effort, no matter how exhausted you might be feeling.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you. The big men fly. Walsh, Zerha, looking for two in a row. Phillips at centre half forward. Scott, here's a big chance to peg back the margin.
He'll surely go back and slot this.
Set sail for home, and he has delivered.
Well, if you give him room inside 50, you'll pay more often than not.
It's a grand final from the top draw. Sherry has shaded the ruck battle despite the scoreboard. Smith, Warner, the defenders will be nervous. Hardiman, we've seen that before. Goad, can he find a teammate? Stevens, that's sloppy play. It's no place for the faint-hearted. It hasn't been a great spectacle, but at least it's close. Morrison punches it out of the ruck. Stevens stripped of the footy. It's a hospital hand pass. Morrison has it now on centre wing. Intercepted, and they can launch from half-back. Manages to find a teammate. Zerha, probing ball. Gota, marks. That's hard to stop.
He's not on the board yet. That should change here.
Should be a goal. He's missed. A chance gone begging.
He hasn't got a goal to his name yet, and he's unlikely to get one if he keeps kicking like that.
Looking for a quick transition. Cooper working hard and presenting well. Clever kick. Smith. That's a useful ball. Hardiman doing what he does best. Dewar has eyes only for the footy. Curtis got to the right position and hung on.
He'll fancy his chances.
He shoots it goal. How's the kick? No good.
Missed one he should have got and let him off the hook.
No time like the present. Cooper in the clear. That's skillful. They're moving the footy well here. Normally delivers. He's hit up the lead. He doesn't waste many. The Eagles are out of trouble. He's struggled to make an impact to this point. Gordon, Dewar, he's stopped in his tracks. McDonald, he's had little impact so far. Good thinking and good execution too. Johnston is the target and he marks.
Can he stare down the moment?
He fancies his chances, but he hasn't managed to bend that one back far enough.
Perhaps he should have looked to lay that one off. He'd missed more of those than he'd kick.
Simpkin heads wide with the kick in. Walter pushes into space and receives the footy. They've turned it over. Can he finish it off?
He'd kick this more often than not.
The distance is the only problem. Rushed over and they can reset.
They've got an opportunity here to get the ball down the other end quickly.
Simpkin brings it back in. That's well played. Good work rate. The Roos might be about to start something. Walter, the Eagles, guarding the corridor. Stevens, dangerous to leave on his own. I've liked his game today. Phillips, all on his own. Is anyone home? Sheasel, he's outmarked 2 of them. Just needs an accurate kick now.
A straight kick here, and they'll be in front.
Can he give them the lead? No, he can't.
They're missing some opportunities, and it could really come back to bite.
He's off. That's good vision. Cooper finds himself in space. Tidy ball. McMullen. Smith under pressure. This spells trouble. Got the handball away. Humphreys. He's wrapped up. Gone. Caught napping in a dangerous spot.
You've got to be quicker than that. Goals haven't exactly flowed so far, so this would be valuable.
They'll be in front by 1 or by 6. It's 6.
Great composure there to go back and coolly slot the go-ahead goal.
They've got their tails up now. Morrison looking for territory. They have a good understanding, those two. Curtin read it well and claims the mark.
This just has to go through. He cannot afford to miss.
To tie the scores. We have a 50-50 game.
I'll have to watch him more closely than that. He's deadly around goal.
It's a grand final for the ages. Morrison with a deft tap. McRae, Reed, the kick is precise. Goes long. Dersma gets on the end of it. That's great footy. In he goes.
To break the deadlock, will they lead by 6 or 1?
Here's a goal. Oh no, what's he done?
The mark deserved a goal, but it wasn't to be.
No time to waste. Quality delivery by Foot. What a game he's having. Go. Has found some space. Walter works hard to present. And they're away. That's a good option. And this looks promising. What's he got on offer? Ford marks on centre wing. The Roos have been gallant. Reed went bang. The Eagles are premiers.
Here we are, West Coast of 2029 premiers.
This will live in their memories forever. Half's here for some final thoughts. How do you unpack that one, Half?
What a game of football. We saw a number of lead changes and momentum shifts. The standard of play was very high, and I think everyone's leaving with a feeling of having been thoroughly entertained. If only all matches were this engrossing.
Okay then, I'm sure we'll be hearing plenty more in the next couple of days. Thanks, Half.
Let me know in the comments section on this chat which team would you like me to rebuild next with the new signings. Bye.